Welcome to the NSIC Student Athlete Advisory Committee Spotlight. I'm your host, Nick Kornder, Assistant Commissioner for Media Relations. This fall, we'll spotlight an NSIC Fall Sports Student Athlete from each of our 16 institutions. And this week, we are joined by the University of Mary's Cassidy Pierce. Hello, Cassidy, and welcome to the Spotlight.
Hi, Nick. Thanks for having me.
All right, as we do every week, let's start the show off. You telling us a little bit about yourself.
All right. So I grew up in Missoula, Montana. And as you stated, I'm currently attending the University of Mary, where I'm a part of the women's soccer program, and I'm getting my bachelor's in exercise science.
Outstanding. You are also a member of the University of Mary Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Tell us how you became involved in that and what initiatives you guys had for this fall.
Yeah, so I got involved my sophomore year. We had some upperclassmen that were just kind of trying to encourage some of us underclassmen to get involved. I went to a meeting. I really enjoyed kind of what the main purpose of SAAC was and kind of what they were trying to achieve. And I've been a part of it ever since. So one of our big initiatives, and the main one that we did focus on for this fall semester, was our mental health initiative. And really, we were just trying to focus on spreading the awareness of mental health and kind of trying to rid society of like the stigma that's around it. And so, yeah, that was our big one that we were focusing on.
Outstanding. Obviously, mental health, a huge issue. Obviously, it's always been one, but coming to the forefront and stopping that stigma has been really something that's just been a forefront of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. So great job bringing that awareness forward. COVID has affected everyone differently. How has it most affected you as a student athlete?
I'd say the biggest way that it has affected me personally is that with like the cancellation of our season, it kind of put everything on a halt. And with the NCAA allowing for another year of eligibility, it kind of made me have to realize and make a decision about whether or not I would come back for another season, and then how that would look academically and athletically. And so that's definitely been the biggest thing, is it just kind of has made me have to rethink everything, because before it was going into my senior season, I figured after that year I'd probably be done playing soccer. But now I'm given this other opportunity to continue on for another year, and just like I said, how that will look academically and everything too.
Yeah, so you said obviously the fall competition was canceled. What did you and the UMary soccer team do this fall in place of the competition?
So our big thing was we still had practices and everything. We were really just trying to kind of look ahead to the next season. Whether that be getting some games in the spring or waiting until the fall. So we were really just trying to focus on building up together as a team. We had a lot of newcomers, so trying to really create that bond between newcomers and returners was a big thing we were focusing on. We were lucky enough to get some inter-squad games to play against each other, just to kind of keep a little bit of that competitive nature. But yeah, like I said, the big thing is just focusing on what we can do now in order to best prepare ourselves come when we're able to play.
And you mentioned this would have been your senior season, and your plans are to return next fall?
That is correct. Yep, I will plan to return for the fall 2021.
Excellent. So you mentioned before you grew up in Missoula, Montana. Heard it's beautiful out there. It's on my list of places to visit. But what was it that drew you to the University of Mary and Bismarck?
I'd say the biggest thing that drew me was just when I came on my, it felt like family. It felt like a place that I could call home and be very comfortable in growing in myself as both a person, as an athlete, as a student. And so I'd say that's the biggest thing, is it was just like a place that really felt comfortable for me to be who I wanted to be. And the team, like I said, we're really a family. It was just something, like a place that I knew I would be comfortable in and have the support of 25 plus other girls.
Awesome. You obviously have had 3 seasons of NSIC competition. What are the best attributes about playing in the NSIC and NCAA Division II?
I definitely say the best attributes is that it is a competitive conference. You know that you're competing against some of the best in the region, in the division, just in general. And I'd say that carries over into the division itself. NCAA Division II is a highly competitive division. And so I think that's what definitely makes it best, is just how high caliber it is.
Excellent. So we already talked about you returning fall of 2021. Maybe some master classes. What are your ultimate plans for the future for yourself?
So they're still in the works for sure, but yeah, as you said, I'm looking at, with the return of, I'm looking to start my master's program in kinesiology, and hopefully look at going into the strength and conditioning route.
Outstanding. Staying college athletics, or not that far down the road? You don't know yet.
It's kind of open. I wouldn't mind staying in the college athletics, but I also wouldn't mind doing like a private practice, working with all ages of athletes.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So private practice, possibly in college athletics. Any hidden talents or something people may not know about you?
Something a lot of people may not know about me is that when I was younger, I competitively rode horses. So that's a fun little fact.
Outstanding. All right. Rodeo, like barrel, what type?
It was kind of like barrel racing. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Is that obviously Montana? Is that very popular? Was it everyone doing it? Most people, some?
Not really. It was kind of unique to me, I guess, in my family. I didn't really have many other people that did do it, but.
Did you own your own horse?
Yes, we do. My parents still own a few, actually. So.
All right. What was the name of the horse you rode?
I had a couple. I went between some. Mine was probably, his name was DC.
DC. Okay. Very cool. All right. So now we are to the rapid fire Q&A portion of the show. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So do you have any pre-game rituals?
Yes, I always have a braid in my hair, and I'm always dancing in the locker room.
All right. Your most used social media app?
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Anywhere with a dog.
All right. Any type of special breed of dog it's got to be?
Nope. I like adopting. No, I believe in adopting, so.
All right. Who's influenced you most at the University of Mary?
I definitely have to say all of my current and past teammates. They've definitely had the biggest impact on me.
If you didn't play soccer at UMary, is there another sport you think you would compete in?
I would love to say volleyball, but I've never been that great at it, so.
Okay, volleyball player. Your favorite TV show?
Ooh, How to Get Away with Murder.
Favorite Student Athlete Advisory Committee activity or initiative?
I'd say it was actually in this last, our mental health awareness. We did a positivity week in which all of our team sports would pick up sticky notes and write positive messages on them, and we put them all across the school so that way you could walk into the bathroom and see positive messages.
Oh, very cool initiative there. Your favorite movie?
She's the Man, of course.
Best sports memory in which you were competing?
I'd say it was this past season when we found out that we were nationally ranked for the fewest goals allowed, and also set a school record for it.
Excellent. Well said by a defender. In just a few words, what advice would you give to yourself as you entered college if you go back?
I would say probably just trust the process. There's going to be ups and downs like in any situation. Just trust those, and that it's going to make you who you are today. Excellent
advice. Well, Cassie, we want to thank you for taking the time to join us. We're excited to hear that you're coming back for fall 2021 up in Bismarck for the University of Mary women's soccer team. That'll wrap up this week's NSIC SAAC Spotlight. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.